$40 XRP by the end of the year. Better than Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla. What is it? Well, I'm going to share it with you. Another big crypto is making a move on a partnership news. We're going to talk XRP price action at the end because
due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And welcome new viewers and old friends. Before we get into crypto news, your comments come first. But take a quick look at the heat map because it looks a little different. Why? Well, I'm going to explain it to you here in a moment. Garfield Alt says, so if the SEC doesn't give a damn about the law, maybe Ripple should do the same since nothing is binding. Well, Ripple's kind of doing that. They're going ahead with their RLUSD launch. And you know the SEC is just licking their chops waiting to take a bite out of them. $40 XRP, we'll talk about it. Futures trader Algo says, holy shit, they will dump 42 billion coins in the next 42 months. Holy shit, 13 years with zero usage, zero nor proof of signed partnerships. Batman, what a joke for 13 years. Elias Bueno says, they insist it isn't a security because the SEC keeps hearing that XRP holders are going to get rich. Problem they see is too many nobodies on the verge of wealth. Talking about suppression of XRP. Is that why XRP isn't going anywhere? Because there's too afraid of too many people becoming rich Ola from this? Rolled debacle, like things that are rolled, says this is the best crypto channel. If I could subscribe to X, I would. Honestly, if you haven't subscribed, do it now. More than 57% of you are not subscribed. And here's my response. I said, well, you could create a fake second channel and sub with that. You all could create a second fake channel and stuff with that. All right, heat map, we're going to do it, and then I'm going to show you what's so special about it, because you notice certain things are deep in red, certain things are deep in green. Let's do this. Bitcoin's in at 62,787, while ETH is 2467. BNB at 573, while Sol's at 147. XRP 53.3, while XLM is, 9.1 cents. Melting Face is not a fucking ounce. Caspa down 10%. Aptos up 15%. Sui up 23%. What else do I got for you? Little dog with hat up 20%. You're like, Klaus, why does this heat map look so weird? This is over the last 7 days. So over the last 7 days, essentially XRP has gone sideways, up only 0.4%, while some others out there are really garnering some big movements. What about Sui? Well, I brought Sui up because what do they have, everyone? Yeah, they got that trust. And that trust converted into an ETF could be even juicier. Want to see how juicy that action is? Look at this pump right here. And more specific, look at this. More than 2xing in the last 30 days. So yes, there is money out there, but that money's only going things that are hot, spicy, and relevant. See how I did that with the beginning of the video? Now, in terms of year to date, Toncoin still up 128% year to date. Sui is up 180% year to date. SHIB up 70%. Tron, which, oh God, I wouldn't touch that at all, up 51%. 83% is BNB, and Bitcoin is 48%. XRP, though, down 13% for the year. What gives? Cardano down 40% for the year. No love for those utility tokens, is there? XRP, $40. We're going to talk about it, though, at the end. MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor names one thing better than Bitcoin. Sex, titties, backdoor fun, Porsches, Lambos, AMG C55s. God, I could name a whole bunch of things. Saylor, you need to get out more, my guy. But what essentially Saylor is saying is this. Everyone put me down, but how can you be putting me down when, to his point, he attached a chart showcasing the performance of MicroStrategy shares since the company's adoption of its Bitcoin strategy. MicroStrategy has vastly outperformed the Magnificent Seven, including companies as Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. Its shares have surged by a whopping 1,600%. So for those of you out there that like, bro, you can only make big money in crypto. No, you can make big money in stocks too. You just have to be careful not to listen to the propaganda and to listen to the real news that makes you money. Yeah, and seriously, hit the subscribe button if you like this kind of content. As reported by you today, shares of MicroStrategy soared by a whopping 16% on Friday after Saylor predicted that his company would potentially turn a $1 trillion Bitcoin bank. So even Saylor saying stuff like, yo, we're going to be the BT Sank of the world. Dude, it pumps up MicroStrategy. People, there is money out there. Be very careful not to miss out on these opportunities. Aptos surges 20% in 24 hours. Open interest reaches a 6-month high. Well, what happened with Aptos? On October 3rd, Aptos acquired Hashpellet, a Japanese blockchain dev company, according to Crypto.news report. The deal triggered a 7% hike for APT, the Layer 1 network, claiming over 150,000 transactions per second. Okay. So you got Aptos making some big pumps. You got SWI making some big pumps. You got some meme making some big pumps. And by the way, Aptos, 15% here last week. It's a pretty healthy move right there. XRP to $40 by the end of 2024. What the fuck are people coming up with? Like, look, I bring the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. And what bugs me about this is MicroStrategy. He makes an announcement, all right? Their stuff goes up. Goes up what? 19% when he made the announcement? Awesome. 16%. My bad. All right? You get a news announcement with SWI, with an ETP, right? An electronically traded product, right? They got a trust going on now, which they're going to convert into an ETF. They more than 2x in their pump. Aptos, right, acquires a dev company. Their price pumps as well. But saying XRP to $40 and then you don't see any pump on the price, well, that tells you that the people telling you that are full of shit. Think about it, right? Saylor is right. He makes an announcement, MicroStrategy goes up because people are like, oh, I believe this stuff. I think this is actually possible. But all of a sudden, Jack the Rippler, one of the big FUD masters out there with 74,000 views, we are here. No, we're not. We can't break 54.5 cents. We've seen it out for how many days? I don't know. Look at the chart, Klaus. Last 7 days, we can't break it. Yet these people are calling for $40. And that's why I'm bringing this up to show you that, yes, there are things out there that are moving. Aptos moved on a deal. MicroStrategy moved on further acquisition and bolstering. They're also blowing the doors off of the big 7 companies. MicroStrategy is up 1,600%. SWI is up on big news. So yes, there are things out there that are moving on real news, but posting garbage like XRP to $40 is just people wanting to suck on their own knob. I mean, seriously, it's just a joke. And that's why I'm so annoyed by this stuff, because this isn't news. And that's what I'm trying to show you. There's real news out there that's really moving the price. Now, in terms of XRP, what's the real news? Honestly, if we can get that trust into an ETF, that is going to be big. And you're like, but Klaus, is it really going to be big? Look what it did to SWI. They got that trust, and it really, really pumped the price. Now, what's the difference with SWI and XRP? There's no case hanging over SWI's head. SUI, whatever you want to call it. All right? There isn't. So it gives them an open runway to move. What about MicroStrategy in Bitcoin? There's no case against Bitcoin, right? Because who do you go after? No one knows who Satoshi is, so now all these governments are like, well, we really can't do shit about it, so we're just going to let that thing roll. So boom, that action goes up. Aptos doesn't have the same legal problems as XRP. Now, I'm not telling you to abandon XRP. I'm not telling you to go into Aptos, into MicroStrategy, SWI, or any of that. I mean, if you would have made some really good money. I'm just saying. But what I'm telling you is that there are things that are news-related that, yes, actually move the price. Meanwhile, people constantly posting XRP to $40, XRP buyback, blah, 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 blah. Isn't doing shit for the price. And in fact, right now, we've learned that macros are really what's the biggest thing for XRP. Let's go to some candlesticks. I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm talking about. We got this to the 1 day for the candlesticks. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. XRP's boom, right? Remember there was this boom that happened 2021 and 2022. Lots of volume. Big volume. Why? Money was cheap. That's honestly the truth. Money was cheap, so you're able to take a risk. A lot of people had more money then. Things were cheaper. You weren't paying a shitload of interest. The cars that you bought in 2021 and 2022 were cheap compared to what they are now. Homes were way cheaper in 2021 and 2022. So right now, the consumer is being bombarded by inflation. The consumer is being bombarded by high interest rates. And with XRP being retail fueled price-wise, that's where you're getting the suppression. The SEC's case against Ripple with XRP is definitely suppressing the price and the oomph. Don't believe me? SWI and XRP both got a trust launched. One of them 2x, the other, no, it didn't go to $40. No, don't be stupid. No, there is a difference out there. Now, XRP does have a lot of positives, and I'm going to be honest with you. Those positives are some big ones. People want to launch XRP products. There is a want, there is a desire to do so. We have seen 2 ETF filings here in the last, I think, like 10 days or so. That is freaking awesome. Now, mind you, the SEC has to approve those. Yeah, I know, which makes it a little tough. But you're still seeing people wanting to launch it. Think of XRP like this, okay? I want you to think of a big movie franchise, right? Think of like Star Wars, Marvel, or something like that, okay? XRP is like those. It's a massive name that everyone knows about, and there's a bunch of spin-offs that people want to get into. Same thing happened with Star Wars, right? They started off with the original movies, and then before you know it, they had like the Yoda stuff, Mandalorian action, they had this, and the same thing with Marvel. They had all these spin-offs, and before you know it, it was this big empire. It's the same thing with XRP. There's a lot of players out there that want to launch spin-off products that are tied to XRP. The only problem is there's that SEC problem hanging over their head. Now, the good point is that SEC problem, see how I'm moving my screen right this? That SEC problem is going to give you way until out here to be able to buy XRP fairly cheap. Now, what you're noticing here, and look at the screen right now, you see this right here in 2022 in June, July, then 2023, 24. You notice how the floor is starting to increase here with XRP? You could, let's be honest here, you could have bought a crap ton of 30-cent XRP in 2022. You could have gotten some 30-cent XRP at the beginning of 2023, but now that's completely gone. Now you have to be aggressive and try to get some 40-cent because 30 cents out of reach. The floor is building in XRP. And these people that want to launch secondary products, tertiary products, or products just peripherally related to XRP are seeing exactly what you're seeing on the screen. And that's the floor is growing for XRP despite the negativity with the SEC. Now we got a big election coming up, which is going to be huge. We've got rates coming up, which is going to be huge for XRP as well. That's all coming up within the next several weeks. But with this SEC case being pushed out, it's going to give you longs some chance to stack even more, but you got to be strategic with your stacking. For those who like to play the short-term dips and tips, those opportunities are there. And you know what the buy zones are. We've seen it time and time again. You could buy sub 47 cent XRP plenty of times and flip that north of 60 cents time and time again. And you're like, but bro, what do you mean by like the whole 60 cent mark? Look at these moves right here. You have seen them clear as day over the last 6 months that XRP struggles above that 65 cent mark and can't hold it. So for those of you out there looking for the strats and the deets, it's in the news. The difference is though, it's in the real news, not the fake BS stuff that you hear from a lot of these pumpers. $40 XRP, you are right here. No, you're fucking not. They're just drawing stupid shit. And for those of you out there that are thinking, bro, you're just so negative anti-XRP. No, I bring the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. And people sitting here with all these dream fantasy things of, you wake up, XRP's $140. That's not news, and that's why it's not moving the price. You need the real news. You also need the SEC to get off XRP and Ripple's back. But let's be real here. We know that's not going to happen anytime soon. So if you know that's not going to happen anytime soon, does that change your strategies on how you're playing XRP? I have been the guy behind the camera now for how many years telling you that the crypto market is all about dips and tips, pumps and dumps. I even said that with Ton because I covered Ton hardcore for several months as Pantera Capital got in and dropped $500 million. And I said, you know what's going to happen to Ton? It's going to pump and dump just like everything else in crypto. And now look at Ton. Is it anywhere near its ATHs? No, it's not. It's pulled back. Why? Because other things now are sexy in the market. And you follow the things that are sexy. Seriously, crypto, it's not like the stock market, okay? Crypto is this newer version which has some really different things there. Not only is it about performance, it's also about the hype machines. It's also about, can you be relevant? It's also about, can you be sexy? Because part of it is kind of like the culture aspect of it, right? Part of this whole crypto thing isn't just that mathematical performance, signing partnerships and making money. It's also about the coolness factor. And the cryptos that are cool and hip are staying near the top, while those that are getting boring, like XLM, that are losing favor from traders, are starting to fall down, down, down. You gotta stay hip and relevant in this world, or else the news isn't gonna cover you. And if the news doesn't cover you, what happens? People forget about you. Think of all those meme coins that were created, right? And everyone's like, oh, but bro, those memes are gonna go to zero. No, they don't. Some may go to zero, but then guess what happens? They relaunch a new one, or not relaunch, they simply launch a new one, and they call it butt, crap, starfish, donkey, butt. I don't know. That's see what's on my mind this morning? Starfish, because I got my Patrick Star guy right here. And then that one's going to pump. And then, oh, this other one. And then this is... It's all about staying hot and relevant. And sitting here and saying, ooh, XRP to $40 isn't making it hot or relevant. It's just, again, giving people unrealistic expectations that are way up here. And then what happens is the price is here and people are like, oh, what happened? What happened? What happened to this right here? And I'm like, well, you got lied to. You got shilled by people using you as exit liquidity. That's why I bring the news, good or bad, happy or sad. Like I said, I'm happy because this is giving you longs out there some time to stack XRP. I'm sad because the reason this is possible is because the SEC still wants to keep taking a bite out of XRP. This world is filled with good and bad news regarding the same things. Not everything is always going to be good and not everything is always going to be bad. MicroStrategy, right? Let's be honest here. 1,600% gain on a stock. How many of you out there were told you can't get rich in the stock market? Lies. Propaganda just to get you to go to crypto. You could definitely make tons of money in the stock market. It's actually easier to make money in the stock market than the crypto market because there's nowhere near as much as manipulation. So be very careful out there that the news that you're falling into or falling for isn't really news. It's just part of that hype propaganda machine. And what's hype and propaganda without results? Well, it ain't jack shit, is it? Now, today is Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. I got up early on the Sunday to bring you the hot crypto news. Come on, who else is helping out? And I got up super early yesterday. I was up before the sun came up to give you that crypto news on Saturday. So I'm even better than the mailman because I deliver 7 days a week. Ask my wife and she'll tell you the same thing. Choo-choo, bitches.